I'm passing current from here. Let's.
You throw away the money I gave you.
No, which kind of money be that?
I gave you people gold and you wasted it. I gave you artistic gold.
Give me real money.
Again, wait, again. Ah! My stomach!
Yeah, you shoot me. Okay. Get serious. You people.
Let's get serious.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your favorite entertainment show. This is Take 3. You know, if it's making headlines, if it's trending online, if it is getting everyone talking, you know that we're already on it, okay? My name is Ekemini Jane, and today we've got another exciting lineup from the biggest stories in entertainment to conversations that go way beyond the headlines.
All right, Hamidebo, aka the voice of God. And you know how we always do it. First up, we serve you with e-news, bring you the latest buzz from the world of entertainment. And then we'll take a closer look at the conversation that's becoming impossible to ignore. Yes, the xenophobia and what it means for African entertainers trying to build their careers across the continent. Is Africa truly united when it comes to its creative industry? We'll talk about that and lots more.
Indeed, there is more. My name is Kate Adeogun. We'll also be exploring how music is evolving beyond catchy beats to become a powerful tool for storytelling in the digital age. Joining us, our guests will help us unpack both conversations. But remember, as always, we want to hear from you. So send us a message on WhatsApp or join us on YouTube. Now let's get things started with e-news.
Get away, people.
On entertainment news, Afrobeats superstar Burna Boy has become the African artist with the highest most listeners in Spotify history. According to Spotify data, Burna Boy reached a new career peak in monthly listeners, setting a new record for an African artist on the streaming platform. The achievement adds to his growing list of global milestones and further highlights Afrobeats' expanding international reach. Veteran Hollywood actor Hanks Anuku has reacted after a video of him in Abuja went viral on social media. In the clip, the actor appeared visibly upset as people gathered around him. Responding to the attention, Anuku asked to be left alone.
I'm good.
That's nice.
Do your thing. Leave and let leave me alone.
Nice one.
You don't got anything better to do? Go do something new.
The video has sparked fresh conversations about celebrity privacy and public interactions. British singer Georgia Smith and Nigerian superstar Wizkid have teased what appears to be a new collaboration. The pair shared snippets and photos on social media, fueling speculations that new music is on the way. If released, it will mark another collaboration between the two artists following their previous work together. Controversial singer Portable believes money and fame are affecting the creativity of many Nigerian artists. Speaking in a recent interview, Portable argued that some musicians lose their originality after becoming successful, claiming that comfort and wealth can reduce the hunger that once inspired the music.
Davido and Wizzy, Big Wizzy, and Davido, whoever Imade, and Burna Boy. Although I know Lamide, Bado. I notice all the music where they drop. No motivation, no praying. Just baby.
Top Boy actor Michael Ward has pleaded not guilty to rape and sexual assault charges as his trial begins in London. Ward denies all allegations against him and is contesting the charges in court. The case is expected to continue as legal proceedings unfold. R&B singer Mario has officially joined Usher and Chris Brown for their upcoming R&B Tour Stadium run. The addition of Mario expands the lineup for the highly anticipated tour, which will bring together three of R&B's biggest names for performances across multiple stadium venues. That's all on entertainment news.
All right, welcome back. You're here. We give you all the biggest conversations. You know how we do on Take 3. It's our work. We don't run away from it.
We don't really
take it
nothing that's
with our full chest. Exactly. Yeah, we love it. So now, this is it. And we're happy that you are with us. All right, so we're going to be giving you some, quite interesting things happened over the weekend. And our very own Sam Dandy and Labaika were out. It was the AGM. They hosted actors, talking about the ones who are being paid well. If you know, you know.
Well,
they had a night for them, and it was quite an amazing thing. The AGN put this together, and we're there to check it out. Let's look at what happened.
It's a special night to celebrate Nollywood actors, and we have the Actors Guild of Nigeria to thank for it. Today we're live at the National Stadium in Surulere, and this one's special, for AGN has called it the AGN Lagos State Actors, of course, Night 2026. Let's talk to some veteran actors, some fans, and of course let's celebrate the legends. My name is Sam Dandy, let's get into it.
It brings all actors together, even those that have not been coming around for quite some time now. They have the opportunity to come, see ourselves. It's like some kind of get-together where you see your brothers, because to me, most of our members, all AGM members are brothers and sisters. So one person's problem should be your own problem.
Whether you like it or not, Nollywood show us what happened in Africa. Nollywood show us what happened right here. And I've taken my time to really explore, think about it, and I find out that almost all the story, whether it's low production or high production, is all about true life story.
One of the ways to celebrate these veterans, the likes of Rugged Man, the likes of Ngozi Oji, the likes of Ngozi Nwosu, the likes of OJs, the chairman of OJs, the man that supports us here, the likes of even Uncle Bisi Olatilo. The federal government need to give them the national award. Instead of giving national award to people that doesn't deserve it. These are the people that can be recognized by the government by giving them national honors. And by so doing, it will make Nigerian, it will make other people to be very happy that what they're doing for the country is not a waste.
This platform is very great for you to meet and interact with other actors and share information. Who knows, a producer may be here, headhunting. The streaming platforms, especially YouTube, has opened up film production. I can assure you, annually in Nigeria, they shoot as much as 40,000 films. And that in itself has its financial and economic implications.
I feel great that AGN is celebrating our veterans. Yes, like I'm here to represent my mom, Ngozi Nwosu. She has given a lot. Yes, she has given us entertainment all this while. So over more than 30-something years they have been here. They're the one that started Nollywood. So I'm really grateful to God that OJ's bar, the CEO and management and the Actors Guild of Nigeria are doing this together to encourage them, to say well done for a long time coming in the industry. And most of our veterans, you guys know what has been happening, it's not been health challenges and all that, but God has always been faithful to all of them that are still with us right now.
Guys, I gotta be honest, we've had a blast tonight. It's been a night of fun, of laughter, and celebrating Nollywood actors and legends. What can I say? You know what they always say, connecting, coming together, could be the future of making our industry even a lot richer. My name is Sam Dandy, let's get out of here.
Well, judging from what we saw, it's obvious that Sam had a blast.
Exactly. Sam had
What a blast.
He had fun.
He had a great time.
He had
you could
fun.
see with a smile on his face.
Yeah, he was so excited to be there. And to all the actors who showed up, I believe it was a very, interesting time for them as well.
Yeah.
All right, we're going on a quick break. When we come back, our conversations are ready to fly. So don't go anywhere. Just tell a friend to tell a friend. Take 3 is happening right now. We'll be right back after this break.
Welcome back from all of the happenings around Nigeria, from the world of entertainment to the package with Sam hanging out with the actors of Nigeria. Now we're going to dive straight into our first conversation of the day. Across Africa, music, film, and the arts have become powerful tools for connecting people and bridging gaps. Now, music is how we go from being different languages to becoming one people. But lately, that has changed, and we're seeing rise of xenophobic attacks. We're seeing situations where artists cannot perform in countries, and these restrictions, these travel policies, these discriminations, they continue to rise, and it's limiting opportunities and collaboration. We've seen that in the recent backlash against South African duo Mafiki Zolo over their scheduled appearance at a concert in Zimbabwe, and this has reignited a debate. Should artists bear the consequences of political and social tensions between countries, or should entertainment remain a bridge that unites Africa?
Today we ask, is xenophobia threatening the future of African entertainment, and what it takes to build a truly borderless creative industry? Now, joining us are Knox Guni, a Zimbabwean musician with first-hand experience navigating Africa's entertainment landscape, and Ismail Mohammed, the director of the Center of Creative Arts at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, whose works focus on promoting cultural exchange and, strengthening the creative sector across the continent. Now, together, we're going to explore whether African entertainment can continue to unite the continent in the face of growing division.
Thank you for joining us on Take 3 today, Knox and Ismail. Welcome.
Yes.
Yes, a Take 3 welcome to the both of you.
So let's get into it. Knox, you have lived and worked in South Africa for years. Have you always felt welcomed as an artist, or have there been moments when you were reminded you were a foreigner?
Well, like you said, I've been here for 18 years, and to be in a country for that long, it means that things must have been going well. So for quite a long time, I have been feeling safe and everything has been good until of late, when everything changed with the March situation, the June 30th ultimatum that was given to people, to foreigners. So everything changed when that happened.
Interesting.
And this time we really felt that it was different this time, because there had been xenophobic attacks in the past, but not to this level, whereby you get to have so many people crammed outside the Zimbabwean consulate just because they are scared of being in their own houses. Even people that have got papers that are legally in South Africa are actually leaving because they are scared of being harassed. Now, you have to, if you are a foreigner, you get arrested first, and then if you verify that you've got papers, that's when they can only release you. And I didn't think that was fair. Just being a Zimbabwean, you get arrested for that. No, man.
Interesting. Well, that's quite sad.
Yeah.
That's quite sad. Now, the African entertainment industry has spent years selling the idea that music has no borders. Is that narrative now being tested, given the fact that you're an artist and you've been, like you said, you've been in South Africa for 18 years? So do you think right now that the music is being tested? Do you think that's what's happening as well?
Yeah, I think there's a very thin line between music and politics, And as a musician, you are given a platform, a platform that you can speak to people, to a lot of people. So I kind of feel that musicians have got a part to play, in the society. Because of that platform that you have, whatever you say, it can go a long way. So what we've been trying to say to one another as artists is, can we at least speak out against what's happening, so that we are united as artists. If as artists they see that we are united, at least that is a beginning. When I was in South Africa, I did collaborations with DJ Tira, Master KG, and them. It was all in the effort of trying to show that if we become united and we show it on that level, it could also grow and to societal level. That was the mission. But everything changed this year. And I did not plan to come back to Zimbabwe now. But because of what's happening now, I just felt, maybe it's time, everything has to come to an end sometimes.
Wow.
Maybe it's time
to come back home.
Now I want to hear from Ismail, right? You've heard Knox speak, and we're seeing artists become unintended casualties of immigration debates. Is entertainment now paying the price for failures in politics and governance?
Firstly, thank you very much for having this very necessary conversation. But I'd also, at the outset, want to just say to Knox, thank you for still believing in the power of music despite the pain of what's happened in this past few weeks. As South Africans, we believe very firmly in the power of music as a language that unites, as a language that changes society, as a language that brings about social justice. And during our dark years of apartheid, we saw that when the world opened its arms to Miriam Makeba, to Yuma Sikela, to many other artists who were in exile, fighting against what was happening in our country at that particular time. And language opened people's hearts, it opened their minds. And I think at this present time, it's the power of the arts, all kinds of arts, whether it is music, film, theater, dance, that must become so much more louder to speak against injustices across the globe. Yes, as South Africans, we need to look inwardly and we need to very strongly be critical of what's happened in our country in recent weeks and so forth. But we must begin to find allies in the global arts community who speak a language of social justice.
Ismail, I hear you. I like the response to that as well. But looking at the situation, like you said, and Knox made clearly that he wasn't even supposed to leave South Africa at the time he left because of the situation. Now he's out. And yes, I understand where you say we need to even come together to make, to lend our voices against the situation. But I'd like to throw this to Knox now. Now, the backlash against Mafikizolo's concert in Zimbabwe has sparked strong reactions. Now, do you think, do you understand why some Zimbabweans support the boycott? And does that risk becoming xenophobia in reverse, if we look at it?
No. I think I do understand the people, because if you're on the ground, man, you can see that things are not good out there for Zimbabwe in South Africa. And you cannot have a party when there's in a village where there's a funeral. I think that is what we are trying to say here. And it's a bad time for South African artists to come to do a concert in Zimbabwe for their own safety, because people are not happy with what's going on. I'm telling you, these are real life situations, real life stories that people are going through. It's not a joke. If you go to the Zimbabwean consulate right now, people, like my wife is busy preparing food to go and feed people in South Africa at the embassy there. Because there's a lot of people, kids, there's diapers, they need everything, but they're outside. It's not by choice, but they're there. They would have wanted to be inside their homes. Some of them are even legally in South Africa, I believe, because I've seen firsthand. And I just think it's very sad what's happening now. And it's a funeral, you know, it's a funeral mood to speak of. So we cannot really be partying where there's a funeral like that. We need to address that first.
It's quite sad, like you said, Knox, very sad indeed. But Ismail, you are at the helm of affairs as far as I'm concerned. When concerts become political statements rather than cultural celebrations, where do we draw the line?
I don't think one can really, put a wedge between what is cultural and what is political. I think the two intersect all the time. It's unfortunate that the arts becomes a casualty or entertainment becomes a casualty, largely because we work in a sector that is unprotected. The majority of people work freelancers, they gigs, they don't have the kind of contractual obligations that other sectors have. So if you take, for example, that there's this kind of backlash and anger against musicians that come from South Africa at this present time, and you can cancel their shows, it's fairly easy to demonstrate that anger, but you'll not be able to demonstrate that same anger to the agricultural sector, to the mining sector, to other formalized sectors. So I think it's sometimes, unfortunate that as arts people, we end up becoming caught in a trap. Which we have absolutely no control over. And until we, in all countries where the arts and entertainment sector becomes regulated and that artists have contracts that are recognized by the labor legislation of countries and so forth, it will not become so easy just to cancel a show, whether that show is for protest reasons or a backlash or whatever. There must be justifiable reasons for cancelling a show, and that must be in accordance with the law. So I think it's a complex situation. Right now, what we're seeing is anger, an anger that one can't contain. When people say we're calling for a boycott of this, we call for a boycott of that, much of it is driven in retaliation as anger. And I think we need to allow for that catharsis to happen. Of course, it's unfortunate because somebody loses money in the process, whether you're a promoter or whether you're the artist or whether you the person who would be cleaning that venue in which that concert would be taking place, you lose an income. So I think each time when we see these kind of things happening, where an artist's concert gets cancelled in retaliation or in anger, it's not only the artist who is suffering. There's a whole ecosystem that depends on that concert that also begins to suffer. And very often when you do cross-country concerts, it's the artists who suffer from earning the music fees. But it's everyone in the local country where that concert is cancelled that ends up losing money because they are local service providers, local employees who work behind the scenes in promoting that particular concert.
Right,
so I think we need to do economics of this in a much more critical and engaging way.
Ismail, I mean, that is well noted. We have to go on a quick break now. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. You're still watching Take 3. All right, you're still watching Take 3, and of course we've been having conversations around beyond borders, xenophobia, and the African entertainment scene. And we have with us Knox Guni, who is a Zimbabwean musician, and Ismail Mahomet, the Director, Center for Creative Arts, University of KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you for being here. Knox, I'll move to you now. African entertainment has become more connected than ever before, but xenophobia remains a recurring issue. From your perspective, how serious is this, again, for artists today?
You know what? I think right now it's a very crucial time, and artists need to take it with the seriousness that it deserves. Because when you get a whole nation leaving a country because of the fact that they're not wanted there, they feel they're not wanted and they're not safe, then it's a different conversation altogether. And historically, South Africans have gone to Zimbabwe to perform for Zimbabweans. But the reverse has never happened. We've never had musicians that are booked from Zimbabwe to come and perform for South Africans. It happens maybe once in a while. So that balance altogether is wrong to start with. So we are saying Mafiki's always got a platform. Can they at least say something about what's going on? And then as Zimbabweans, we are okay with that. But if you keep quiet against what's going on, it means you are in support of it. That's what it means. So we will not, it's a personal view though, it's a personal view. I would not be really welcoming to someone who doesn't like me to come and sing for me.
Okay. Well, I get your point, and I like what you said in regards to the situation of things. You are in Zimbabwe now. You can feel the pulse of the people. You can understand how it feels currently. And, okay, so Ismail, because of time, we're going to have to wrap this up quickly. So we've now seen concerts become targets of public anger. Like you stated earlier, that people are just angry. That's why they're responding this way. Should promoters and festival organizers begin, accessing political tension before booking artists across borders? so that this cancelling situation wouldn't occur and, probably reduce situations like this reoccurring? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think the cultural sector should conform to political tensions. The cultural sector should always resist what political tensions come about through injustice. As festivals, we have a responsibility to open up conversations, to open up dialogue that is uncomfortable. And yes, we may seem like a minority voice sometimes because we don't speak in echo chambers and we don't speak in loud chambers where which are kind of populist and so forth oftentimes, but it doesn't mean we should stop talking. I think there's a greater responsibility on the festival sector across our continent to open up a platform for dialogue on very uncomfortable issues and to begin to find our common humanity once again.
Okay, so just because of what Knox said earlier regarding Mafikizolo, I wanted to hear your view on that. He said they have a platform. They are not, you're using it to speak about the situation. Then there's a tendency that their silence means they're probably in support of it. What do you think about, what do you make of what Knox just said?
Well, I don't want to cast aspersion on any particular artist, but I do think as arts people, we often speak from a point of consciousness, but you also need to speak from a point of information. At this present time, there's so much of disinformation that is going around. And I think anyone who is cautious would want to spend time waiting, assessing the situation, getting as much information before you express your point of view. And I think, the cancellation comes suddenly. It takes you off guard. You haven't preempted that if this happens, this is what I'm going to say. So surely any artist who experiences this does need time to gather their thoughts, to consult their sector, to engage with their legal team, to engage with their promoters, to engage with their hosts, and so forth, before they make any kind of statement.
Okay,
so I want to, we're pressed for time, but Knox, I want to know, if you had the ear of African governments right now, what would you tell them as an artist that has lived this reality?
I'll just urge people, to remember that we are all human beings at the end of the day. And it's not by choice that we are Zimbabweans and we are going through what we're going through. It's just unfortunate. But I just wish everybody could realize that we are one family and we're supposed to be brothers and sisters. And that way, I think if we are more together, there's possibilities of success as a unit than if we go our separate ways.
Okay, so Ismail, would you want to tell? What would you say?
I agree that we all need to keep the same spirit that my brother Knox has. There is, even in times of turmoil, we don't lose hope. We reach our hands out, we find each other, and we work towards the common purpose of good.
Okay.
Great.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ismail Mahomed, Director, Center for Creative Arts, University of KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you so much for joining us today on this conversation. And of course, Knox Guni, thank you so much for being here as well.
Thank you.
It's been a wonderful one. Lovely having you both.
It's been wonderful, yes. It's been insightful. And it's good the fact that we were able to get first-hand information from people who are actually experiencing the situation.
At the center of
and
it.
you know something that Ismail said that really struck me is how he pointed out that everybody is going to suffer from this at the end of the day.
Yes.
I mean.
From the promoters and the organizers down to even the cleaners.
Yes.
Everybody is really going to get hit. But I also really resonated with what Knox said about we're having a funeral.
Yeah.
You can't be throwing a party.
Invite somebody who is the cause, who is part of the cause of the funeral to now come and throw a party.
How now?
Make it make sense.
As we say in Nigeria, azal now.
Azal. Well, you're still watching Take 3. We'll go on a very quick break right now to bring in our next guest for this amazing conversation about storytelling in modern music. We'll be right back. Stay with us. All right, welcome back. You're still watching Take 3. Now, to get into our next conversation for the day, music has always been more than just sound. It captures emotions, preserves culture, and tells stories that connect generations. But in today's world of streaming, algorithms, and viral moments, many argue that music is becoming shorter, faster, and more focused on trends than timeless storytelling. Joining us today is an artist who has built his career around thoughtful songwriting and emotional honesty. He's a Nigerian singer, songwriter, composer, and storyteller whose music blends Afro soul, alternative pop, folk, and R&B. Known for his rich lyrics and introspective sound, he's become one of the leading voices championing storytelling in modern Nigerian music. Today, we are exploring the topic Beyond the Beat, storytelling in modern music. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the king of ballads, Dwayne the Stoic.
I take very welcome for
Thank you
my
Correct
brother.
introduction.
Thank you so much. That was actually a fantastic introduction.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's how we do. That's
Thank
how
you
we
for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. So when you sit down to write a song, let's start from there. What
Okay.
comes first? Is it the story, is it the emotion, or the melody for you?
I would say most times it's the melody, but for a lot of the things I write, I already know what kind of song I am in when I'm writing this song. So it's a thing where most times I get the first line, and then from there I know what the next line should be. So a song like Winning Bread, where I go, you dance not because you want to. The next line, I'm supposed to follow that. I'm trying to have lyrics that people can read away from the melody and still get told a story, right? And so it's important for me to, it's a blend, but I think most times melody because it's sweet. Melody is usually the first thing, but the melody doesn't live by itself. The story is being told, so the lyrics now make sure that happens.
I was going to ask what the inspiration would be then.
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's like different things, stories. I think I like to write, a lot of my songs are about love, sure. But I think I like to write about other things, grief, heartbreak, even love when it's not so good, and all of those things. I think I like to write about the human experience. And the thing you said about timeless songs in your intro is it's a thing where human beings, we haven't changed in the last thousands of years.
Yeah.
Who we are hasn't changed. Civilization has changed, technology has changed, but we still love, we're still jealous, we still feel pain, we still have grief. So, and we won't change. I don't think like the core things about us, as long as it's human beings. And so that's why the music, I want to make music that people can listen to 100 years from now and still be like, I relate to this.
Yeah, I can resonate.
You know, you're talking about how human beings haven't changed, right? But the way human beings consume art has changed.
It has.
So are you going to keep making music according to how human beings are or according to how they consume art?
So that's the thing now. If you try to create it to how they consume it, it means you're trying to create for now, right? A song is still a song. It will always be a song years down the line, right? But what we have here is a thing where I focus on the song being what it is. Because the truth is, a song can live in various forms. I record them in a studio with my producer, Rafi, a lot of times, but in the future, it might be just recording it live somewhere that becomes the version that someone else gets to hear. In the same way, there are some recordings from, I would say, the early 20s, where we only have the live version someone did in one location at one point. Doesn't change that the song has the power. It still tells the story of the human experience, which hasn't changed, but how I get to, so I don't know how people will consume music 50 years from now, but I can tell you that the song I made today will still exist then.
So just to pick up from what Kate said earlier, she spoke about attention span, right? And for a storyteller, I believe there's always a process you need to build a story in trying to pass that message across. And the attention span now is shorter. So how are you able to truly put your story into a song when you have just few minutes?
30 seconds.
30 seconds. To get people to, you understand?
So it's two things. There are two things I trust. I trust myself. I trust the music I make to hold them from the first few notes. I am either saying the words or the music you're hearing is keeping you along. I talk about the music we make and how we are always just trying to create multiple pockets of joy that just keep going, so that you listen to this part, you're like, oh, I like this, and I like this again, and that's how you stay. Now, the other person or thing I trust is the audience. I trust the audience. I think that's the thing that artists need to do more. I think we shouldn't think that, oh, the attention span is short. It's not always been so great. And yes, let's say it's gotten worse, but people still like music. People will still... An example, Mirrors by Justin Timberlake. It's 8 minutes.
8 minutes. At the end, I'm finished.
Let me tell you,
Don't worry.
not the full thing.
At the end, I'm
you
finished.
know all the lyrics.
That part at the end. That end part. At the end, I'm not worried.
Play that part.
You don't enjoy the song.
And that's the thing about the pockets of joy.
Yeah.
The song is enjoyable, you stay. And I think, and that's what makes the work hard. As an artist, you must create these moments. But when you do, you have a timeless song.
Okay, let's watch
Let's
this
hear
or
some
listen
things.
to this. Enjoy this one by Dwayne.
Kids, don't cry.
This mad song. This particular song got me in my feelings.
Fair. That's especially what I did it for.
Yeah, it really got me in my feelings. But do you think that the music industry now rewards great storytelling enough? Or they mostly reward catchy looks and commercial appeal?
Your body that needs pie, to be precise. Your body that needs pie.
I think, you know what I would say about that? I think what I would say about, you know how I said I trust the audience?
Yeah.
And I think now to speak to the audience directly, I think that they need to recognize how much power they have. And so we need to know that, I say something about this thing you just said. Nigerians have loved Celine Dion, Adele, Beyonce, people who have made music in all genres, whether the danceable ones or not so danceable. And I don't think that it's not possible that we who are making the music here are not making things of that sort. I think the audience keeps being told that they need to like a certain type of thing and not to just embrace the things you enjoy. The taste. I think we do more talking about the things we don't enjoy than the things we actually like. And if we do more of talking about things we like, I think the artists we think deserve this attention will get it. Because as an indie artist, I will tell you for a fact that all of whatever I call success as an artist now has come from my community, the people who love me, sharing my music, paying to come to my shows, paying for merch, calling me to come perform at their weddings. That's how I stay alive. And so when you see me talk about the economy or anything, it's because I think the way the social contract between an artist and his fans should be, I make the music, I create an experience, I do my shows on time, I do all these things, and you have money, you give me, I live, you enjoy my music, and that's it. It doesn't have to be more than that, right? But I think that in the way that we've built our industry so far, a lot of focus has not been on the fact that the fans, like we're all part of an ecosystem. Right. So we have Dirty December where fans will go sometimes and have 3-hour delays when they came to see their favorite artist. Things like that break the trust. And so even though, again, the music, even the catchy music, it's still enjoyable. I will say that, right? People, exactly, understandably, and it's like, and that's the thing, and you get that choice. You get to say, you know what, I don't like this type, it's too catchy for me. It's too commercial. I prefer this. And then we should have an industry that caters to you as well, allows you to go, you know what, I like these kinds of artists, and they tour, you know, through 3 months of the year, and I get to take my own money that I have made and pay to them, the people I like. And then, yeah, everybody can exist, is what I believe. We can all exist.
You know, as you're saying, everybody can exist as we're about to run out of the studio. Sure. Have you ever been advised to make your music more Nigerian?
Yeah, okay. I think the thing that prevented that for me was that I didn't enter the industry through any known path. I was working a job, I had my money saved, I had my books in my songs in my books, and I just went to a friend who makes music, and I want to make an album. And we made an album, and I put it out online. I didn't get any cosigns, there was none of that. And this was 2018. When I put out my first album. And since then, it's just been that. Like, of course, over time, I've written for Adekunle Gold, I've done music with other people, but my entry into the industry was one where now it's too late for anybody to tell me any of that. And I have made my music more Nigerian, if you're going to call it that way. A song like Streets, where it was intentional to sing that song entirely almost in pidgin. Because I believe it's language, it's how we talk. I Go Nowhere, a song, my most popular song, it's a very Nigerian saying to tell someone like, I go nowhere.
I go nowhere.
You know, I gave it to you, that kind of thing. And so it's a thing where, and I believe that's one of the things that make the music unique, because you as an artist must decide, this is how I know how to bring out the Nigerian in me, if you want to call it that. Okay. Not to be told that this is how you should be Nigerian as an artist. I think artists must discover, because that is how the music is good. Where we have bad music objectively is when artists are being told, you have to do this trend, this is what is happening now, and they don't really feel it.
Yeah. So I just want to ask this quickly because of time. Let's talk about Afrobeats. I know you're not an Afrobeat artist.
Yeah, but some songs are.
Some songs, yeah, but would you identify as an Afrobeat artist?
No, that puts me in a box.
Not exactly. So now, we have an industry, or the international recognition we're getting is majorly for Afrobeats, because they put us in different categories, Afrobeats this, Afrobeats that.
Yeah. Right.
Now, for artists who are not Afrobeat artists, do you think you're getting enough recognition or space?
Global.
Or
globally, yeah?
Yeah, global.
I don't think so, and I think it's on us. It's on us as the Nigerian music industry to not then portray ourselves as this monolith, this one genre
kind of
industry.
Yeah.
We have multiple. We've always had multiple genres. I think there was even a time pre the Afrobeats to the World movement. We've had Style Plus, Weird MC. We've always had
multiple genres,
right? High Life, Fuji. We've always had this. But I think that we never consciously built an industry that allowed everybody, like I said, everybody can exist. Yeah. But then we should create an infrastructure, an industry that allows them exist. So that a person doing new age Fuji can do their tour for their fans, and someone who's doing pop music that's a bit more, slower, or piano ballads can do their own thing. And that's where I want us to head. Is why I started my own record label, St. Clair Records, because I wanted to create something that, just attends to the situation we have. So yeah.
I love it.
Well, I was going to say we go nowhere, but
we have to go.
But before we go, in 30 seconds, you have to sing for us.
Is that so?
Dwayne, yes.
Okay. Well,
take 3.
Okay.
I'm Kate, Ekemini, Edewo. Take it away.
Okay.
Well, let me say bye-bye first, so that it doesn't look like we're rude. Thank you so much.
We'll see you tomorrow.
It's been amazing, fun having you join us on the show today. But we'll be back tomorrow. My favorite day.
Friday, yes.
Yes, it is. Yes, Kate always waits for Friday. So now,
Dwayne, take it away.
Okay. We'll do I Go Nowhere because we're about to go somewhere.
Okay. Are we clapping? Are we doing anything?
You know what? Something happened in PH one time, and they were just like this. I go nowhere, this your matter, go put me inside trouble, and that's fine by me.
Hey, keep on.
You say if you know when you come, my baby, I go enter my motto and show.
Ooh.
Cause I go nowhere. Thank you very much.
We are not going anywhere.
All right, guys.
We are not going.